Good evening, gentlemen. Today's topic is, as discussed, as scheduled, 2.11, that is static electricity. In that, there are as per the book material, introduction, electrostatic charging, where charging can occur, contact electrification, electrostatic discharges, that is sparks, electrostatic hazards and their control, earthing and the bonding, recommended earthing resistance for control of electricity. These are the one of the important topic where the perception is important, very important. We experience of the static electricity comes to the next because the shock is very less, but effect is more with compared to the this controls. That's why the perception is very important to understand actual what it is actually. Therefore, the coming slides are trying to explain with practical examples and all these figures and all, and try to understand with maximum possible extent. Coming to this introduction part, where the static electricity, the two balloons are there. Definitely, there is some electric charge is there in between the air when you push to the balloon. Two balloons are having the neutral charges like positive and negative charges. When they are coming closest to the wall has having the different rearrangements of the proton that is positive and negatives. The negative will be attracted towards the positive of the balloon. But if you see the balloon person hanging the balloons when he is selling out the balloons and then the beach roads and all, two are apart. They are not close to each other because of the different charges are there, positive charge and negative charge. And coming to the introduction here is before going to the static of the charge buildup in the clouds, we'll explain one by one. Before going to that, we will have some definitions. That is, phenomena of the static electricity requires separation of positive and negative charges. See, because one of the separation of the positive and negative charges definitely will attract the positive towards the negative, negative attracts the towards the positive. That's what the intention is to tell. When two materials are in contact, electrons may move from one material to other, definitely, which leaves an excess positive charge on the one material and equal negative charge on the other. Definitely, what I said here is, here the when object is neither to this or neither to this, definitely when two materials are in contact, electrons may move from one material to another material, this material to this material. Therefore, which leaves an excess positive charge on one side. This is excess positive charge on one side, excess negative charge another side. These are the two bodies when you contact together. When it is coming nearer to the another objective after the separation, the balloon which is attract balloon having the negative charges and positive charges, but negative charges attract toward the wall. That's what the negative charges at the balloon or on the balloon attract the positive charges on the wall or vice versa. These are the minimal concept. First of all, we have to think that there are separation of the positive and negative charges before it reaches to the ground. When the two metals are contacted, definitely it will be excess positive charge one side, excess negative charge on the other side. That we have to perception has to be taken care of while the lightning reaches from the cloud to the ground. Also, we'll explain in the figure wise in the coming slides. And also, the various definitions are there. Static electricity is all about flow of electrons only. That's what we are telling. Our daily life is full of such examples that are related to different types of electricity. The static electricity, another scientist is telling, you probably felt the static electricity. It causes that little shock you can get when you first touch a doorknob. It can also make your hair stand on end of your when you pull your of your torque in the winter. Some of the examples, some of the demonstrations in the Google, various things rubbing on the balloon on the wall on the towel. After rubbing, if the charges are separated, if you take that balloon close to the paper pieces, the paper pieces attracted towards the balloon because in the balloon the charges are separated. Therefore, the paper pieces electrons will be attracted to the positive charge of the balloon or negative charge of the balloon. It depends upon. But do you know that why these things are happen? These are things why is separated and all this. For example, when we rub the comb into airs and take it near a small pieces of paper, all the paper pieces get attracted towards the comb. If you take the comb after the air wash, that means after bathing of your head, then you apply the comb on your hair. That comb is getting nearer to the paper pieces. Definitely the paper pieces are attracting towards comb. That means the charges are separated in the comb after rubbing your wet cloth or wet air. That means charges leaks off. This is because static charges that is developed due to rubbing of foam on oily airs or the wet airs also. That means leaking of the charges from the air, it attracts the pieces of the paper. This is the one of the theoretical example where we can do the practical also easily understand. If you go to the Google, various experiments, various videos are there for the static electricity with respect to the attraction or separation of the charges and all. And again, coming to the explanation, most of the time, positive and negative charges are balanced in an objective. That means if you see the number of negative charges, number of positive charges are equal in both the cases, an object, which makes that object is neutral. So before these objectives go into the another objective, until then it becomes a neutral because the positive charge in one end, negative charge on one end, number of positive charge is equivalent to number of negative charges. Therefore, it becomes a neutral that way repel each other. When you see the balloon man, who is what you call the selling balloon man, the flying in the beach roads and all, there are no attraction of the balloons. The balloons are attracted towards each other, it will be definitely blown up by rupturing or this. That's why, because of the number of positive charge, number of negative charge is equal. That way, its acts as neutral. Therefore, always repel each other. When you brought nearer to the objective, then will different case. That's what the static electricity is the result of an imbalance between negative charge and positive. Here is the no balance is equal, positive and negative equal. In this case also positive. When these are nearer to the wall, the number of positive charges, number of negative charges is not equal to that wall. That's why it attracted towards the wall, negative attracted to the positive or positive attracted to the negative. That is the static electricity experiment. Static electricity is the result of an imbalance between the negative charge and the positive charge on the object. Here is one way it is telling is because of the before it reaches the ground, it becomes a neutral. When it strikes the body, the imbalance of the positive charge and negative charge, definitely it will be separated or attracted where the earth voltage is there, the lightning is comes to the on the earth, thereby your earthing is or bonding is good. Definitely nothing will be happened before it reaches the clouds to the ground and all. Even then, if any objective before the path, in between the path, anybody is there, before reaches the earth, definitely the person or the objective will be affected. These charges, that is positive and negative imbalances, these charges can build up on the surface of an objective until they find a way to be released or discharged. The charges, whenever the imbalance is there, when the neutral is there, nothing happened. When the imbalance is there, definitely it find the route where it goes to the, whether the earth potential is zero, that will goes to the earth only. Before reaching the earth, any objective is there, it will be spoiled the objective also. That's why these charges can build up on the surface of an objective until they found a way to be released or discharged. They found the way, because where the earth potential is zero, definitely they will found the way, but they have to see that the way in between, no objective should be available. The objective is there, definitely it will be and spoil that objective. That's why these are the clear explanation. One is neutral, another is imbalancing. After imbalancing, it reaches to find the way to release or discharge. During the discharge, any objective in the path, definitely the objective will be suspected to be a risk. The positive charge means one who loses the electrons and becomes a positively charged. A negative charge, one who gains the electrons and becomes a negatively charged. Everybody knows about this. A body which attracts the electrons, definitely one who loses the electrons, that means a body loses the electrons, automatically it becomes a electro or positive charged body. When it is loses protons or the positive charge, it becomes a negatively charged ion, you can say. Therefore, the theory explains that before static charge build up on the cloud series, before reaching the ground, the air or the in the clouds. See, it's very clear example is there. One is intra, that means INTRA cloud. Another inter, that is INTER cloud. Inter means within the cloud. Intra. Inter means cloud to cloud. And the cloud to ground. It's a very important area. Three areas are. Static charge build up in the clouds. How the static charge is built up in the clouds itself before the lightning. Tomorrow we'll talk about the lightning also. Uh, 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 After the static electricity. Before that, we will discuss about the static electricity. Discharge within the cloud between the negative charge, negative base, and the positive top. Here is in the cloud itself, when the static energy, static charge is occurred, in the cloud itself, they are separated. Like for example, here, the positive and negatives in the balloon. The cloud is also positive and negative. This is called intra, within the cloud itself. That means within the balloon. Here is the cloud to cloud, that means inter, where the positive attracted towards or this cloud is attracted toward this cloud. Therefore, where the charges are separated, these are also separated. Whereas the protons is a dominator or donated, or what is called dominating the positive charge and attracted towards the cloud of the negative charge, or vice versa also. Negative attracted towards the positive. If the negative attracted to the positive of the one cloud, therefore the positive attracted to the on the ground itself. That's why one is intra, another is inter, third one is discharge between the negative base of the cloud and the positive ground of the below it, because the positive charge of the earth is always the earth potential is zero. Therefore the earth potential is always positive. Therefore negative charge attracted towards the ground here, where it becomes a neutral. Before it becomes a neutral in the earth, the soil, well, the earth condition is good or earthing is good, definitely the flow of electricity will be leaked in the Earth itself. These three are very, very important areas to demonstrate the static electricity. One is intra, another is inter, another is a cloud to the ground. Intra means within the cloud. Inter means and cloud to cloud. And the discharge and the cloud to ground means cloud and the ground this. So depending upon the earthing or bonding on your earth, definitely the objective will be safe to or equipment will be saved if the earthing is proper. The earthing lightning rather tomorrow will take us about the lightning, right? Before reaching the static electricity through lighting, lightning rod will be taken care of and reaches to the earth. Tomorrow we will discuss on the base also. These are the two things we have to see: this balloon experiment as well as this balloon experiment, as well as three experiments static set build up in the clouds. It will be very important before going to the lightning arresters and all. This is the principles in the static electricity releasing in the atmosphere. Now, the what is meant by electrostatic charging? What is electrostatic charging? And the neutral body, how it works, and electrostatic sparks also will be there in one of the topic areas. The electrostatic charge is where charging can occur. Definitely contact electrification. Where the charging means once the electricity is a source is there, then only the contact is electrification. Your object is or mobile is under charged when it is connected to the charger and charger to be plugged. But electrostatic discharge, that is ESD, electrostatic discharges, that is sparks, electrostatic hazards and their controls all will be discussed in the coming slides. Earthing and bonding is two important areas we will be discussing in the coming slides also. How the flammable liquids will be taking earth and bonding simultaneously. We have to taken care of. Not only earthing is enough for the flammable liquids in the drum. You have to see that bonding is also taken care of. What is bonding and what thing earthing also will be taken care of. Recommended earthing resistance. Recommended earthing resistance for control of electricity here is very important. There is recommended earthing resistance control electricity here is. We have to see that the electrostatic charge represent an excess of or deficiency. Excess means more than required or more than desired. Deficiency means less than expected or less than desired. Deficiency of electrons. The deficiency of the electrons on the particle surface. This charge may be assumed to reside on the particle surface in an absorbed gas or voice. That's what here is. Already we told in the surface negative charges, this surface is positive charge. And this surface is negative, this surface is positive. Like this, on the surface, the charges are assumed to be reside. That means staying on the. This we have to think that this is a perception on the person or in the balloon, air is blown, the air in the particles will be separated like this and come to near. If any balloon is not nearer to that balloon, the all positive and negatives are differently scattered, not rearranged. When the balloons are close together, definitely it will be rearranged positive charges and negative charges in a queue or what is called a systematic discipline manner. A neutral body, everybody knows that neutral body is having the number of negative charge is equal to the negative positive charge. There the electricity source is not there. Until then it is called a neutral body. A neutral body can be charged by making contact with charged body, for example. The one side is neutral body, another is charged body. If the charged body is nearer to the neutral body, definitely the neutral body is affected by the charged body. Here, the body will acquire a charge. Body means here the neutral body. Acquire a charge from the charged body. It is same as that of the charging body. Definitely, the charged body is having the number of electrons, number of protons equal to that neutral body, make it into same. By donating this charged body to this, definitely there is a lack of number of electrons, number of protons in the charged body. That's what. Thus, by contact, a similar charge is formed on both sides or both on bodies like this. You see, similar charges, opposite charges are the similar charges. That's why repel each other. That's why the opposite charges attract each other and attract each other, and similar charges are repel each other. That's why these things, when the neutral body comes into contact, these things will be happened. Deficiency of one and more than excess is also there. That's why, thus by contact, a similar charge is passed on the now neutral body becomes also charged as the properties of the charged body. In this method, the electric charge on the first body is decreased. See, for example, the charged body is transferred to the charge to the next neutral body. Definitely the neutral body becomes also charged. At that time, the first body, the first charged body is number of electric charges because the 230 volt transferred to this, definitely it will be less in charged body of flow of electric charge and all. That means if you say the one, for example, 230 is separate, is shared to two objectives, definitely 230 volts is shared to the two objectives, two lights, or one is tube light, another is fan. Fan switch is different and the light switch is different. But if you connect the what is called the fan switch to the light is not possible. That's why neutral body becomes charging means there is a transfer of electrons. After transfer of electrons, the charged body is getting deficiency of electron. That's what the excess or deficiency. Here neutral body getting excess and as compared to the neutral body after getting. That's why these are the electrostatic charging will be occurred when the difference of charges is there. That is want to engineer. When the sparks will be coming. Until then, the number of positive charges, number of negative charges is different, is same. Nothing will happen. It becomes act as a neutral. Nothing to worry. No, the charge will be leaked from that body because of the proton charge and negative, the positive charge and negative charge equal. But when the electrostatic discharge leaks from the objective, electrostatic sparks can happen when an charged objective is brought close to an earthed conductor close insulator. It's a very important point here. Electrostatic sparks can happen when a charged object is brought close to an earthed conductor close insulator. See, earthed brought close to an earthed conductor close to insulator. A material does not allow the current to flow through it easily because this is an insulator. Even the charged body, here the charged body is neutral body closing together. That's why electron transfer is there. But here in the instead of the neutral body, here is insulator we are getting. The charged body is getting closer to the insulator because if insulator is a bad conductor of electricity or bad conductor of the charge, the flow of electrons from the charged body is not transferring to the insulator. That is why a material that does not allow the current to flow through it easily, example, wood or glass, because of the bad conductor of electricity. Normally, the electrosparks will be are very small. Where the conductor insulators are, definitely it will be balance the number of charges in charged body. That's why electricity will not leak. Suppose in case in place of the insulator, another charged body is coming, where the imbalance of the electrons will come into this. That's what there is imbalance of the electrons. That's why the electrostatic discharge sparks will be coming on the when the two charged body close together, or the charged body coming to the insulator, nothing will happen. Therefore, because of the no transfer of electrons from one body to the another body. That's why in insulators, The electrostatic sparks are very small, very less in the sense. Where the electrostatic discharges are there, the positive charge and negative charges are different in the two objectives. Therefore, the charges will be transferred from one objective to the another object. Therefore, it releases the spark. With a, maybe it is visible also. The electrostatic hazards and their controls. How the definitely the while transferring of electrons, while the lighting will be there, or lightning arresters are not there, earthing is not proper during the electrostatic transfer of charges. Definitely, some hazards are there. Thereby, hazards is having the plenty of or many risks are there. We have to control. How to control? Dangers of electricity before controlling. Dangers of electricity here is static electricity can build up in clouds, as explained. This can cause huge spark to form between the ground and the cloud. Here we see the cloud between cloud and the earth are intra and enter. There is a difference in voltage or this cause huge spark from the between the ground and the cloud or within the clouds also. That's why your lightning will be visible to the people also. This causes lightning, a flow of charge through a atmosphere. This is the electricity build up in the clouds itself or interclouds or intraclouds or cloud to the ground. There is spark leakage is there. This causes is called lightning. Why the lightning is visible? Because of the flow of charge through a atmosphere. Atmosphere means air. It is dangerous when there is or flammable gases or high concentration of the oxygen and a spark cloud ignite gases and causes of explosion. So what is telling here is before reaches to the ground of that lighting or the static electricity through that lighting, the lightning will be there. Will be definitely see that the objective should be at the or bonding perfectly. Even in more, the precautionary steps to be taken where the flammable objective is there, or flammable gases are there, it will be taken care of earthing and bonding. We will be discussing what is earthing and what is bonding also in the coming slide, in the coming slides also. It is dangerous when there are flammable gases or high concentration of oxygen, that means easily combustible, and spark cloud ignite when the clouds itself is or within the clouds or the cloud to the ground ignite the gases will burn, gases will catch fire and causes an explosion also. What finally says that in the flammable gases where you are handle or where the ordinations handle, the static electricity will be taken very prior importance to be given as a safety measures because the flammable gases ignites the static electricity charges if leaks. It is dangerous, that is static electricity is dangerous when you contact with this type, sorry, when you contact with this type of charge, large electric charge, the charge will flow through your body causing electric shock. That's what the air says. Why it is danger? Because from the cloud before reaching to the earth, because you are you are standing on the ground where the earth potential is zero. First of all, the electric charge will be passing through your body only. That's why if you are not wearing chappals or wearing the anti-static, electrostatic materials in the organization, you will become first body causing electric shock before it reaches to the earth. That's why it is dangerous when you contact with this type of charge, large electric charge. The charge will flow through your body causing electric shock. This could cause a burns or stop your heart also. A person could die from the electric shock also. That's why before taking into all these things, that is there is the protective cloth methods, protective PPE is there. We'll be discussing in the coming slides also. due to the static charges, electrostatic charges, we have to taken care of. Much PPE methods also will be coming into sight. That's why we have to, before reaching to your body or before reaching to the earth, you should be have a PPE measurements or PPE clothing or PPE equipment you have to wear. This is one of the example, refueling of the aircrafts and tankers also poses a particular dangers. These cases will be happened in the refueling of the aircrafts and tankers, LSG oils or furnace oils or tankers will be there. This type of particular danger is very occurring. If fuel is passing along the hose pipe to the vehicle was allowed to build up a static charge, resulting a spark might ignite the fuel. See, for example, while transferring from the tank to hose, hose to the service tank. While transferring this, definitely allows some static charge, resulting spark might ignite the fuel also because it's a flammable liquid. So that those houses are earthed properly to stop this occurring. Therefore, when the refueling of the aircraft and tankers will be there, hose pipe to be seen that it should be earthed properly so that the ignition will be definitely resulting from the spark. Igniting the fuel will be controlled. Coming to the removal, these are the hazards. How to remove all and the prevention of the static electricity areas, particularly in multi-storied buildings, hospitals using humidifiers, air ionizers to prevent static electricity discharge. This will be discussed in the coming slides. What is humidifiers? What is the air ionizers and all to arrest the what is called the static electricity leaks if it is coming from the lightning or coming from the electric charge in your buildings. Humidifiers and air ionizers is to increase the moisture content of the air, making atmosphere more conductive. That means where the in the rainy season or the what we call the winter season, air ionizes the because the wet conductor is there, is atmosphere more conductive. In the these areas or atmospheres, we will be using humidifiers and air ionizers to see that though your air is containing the moisture, humidity is more, definitely the humidifiers and air ionizers will be taken care of, not to risk much as expected in the normal conditions. Items that are particularly sensitive to static discharge like equipments, anti-static agents like fabric softeners, dryer sheets used in washing machines, cloth dryers are an examples of anti-static agents used to prevent static sling also. It will be discussed in the coming slides also. These are the PPE methods where we have to see that anti-static agents, where the static electricity will be taken care of, not to allow. That means anti-static agents like fabric softeners and dryer sheets used in washing machines and the cloth dryers are an examples of anti-static agents used to prevent the static cling. For semiconductors, where the 50% conductor is there, one is part of this insulator, part of the conductor. Semiconductor devices used in electronics, conductive anti-static bags are commonly used to protect the such components. When the semiconductor definitely it will help the electron to take care of the 50% of the body, will not to follow in the semiconductor that body, that part of the semiconductor will act as an insulator. Therefore, the conductive will not be a much 100%. Therefore, anti-static bags will be there. There, the semiconductor will be used in the anti-static bags. People who work on circuits that contain these devices often ground themselves with a conductive anti-strap. Where the people are having this facility, definitely it should be earthing and bonding is very important to be connected properly. Coming to the how ionizers work here is humidifiers. We are discussing about the humidifiers as well as this air ionizers. How the humidifier, just like ionizers, make the air more conductive with which reduces the static. But there are other factors, example moisture, sensitivity of components, cost, as well as the worker comfort that need to be considered also. See how ionizers works. This is the ionizer. Ionizer produces the charged ions. It produces the charged ions, protons, positive charge and negative charges. In the atmosphere, you have a charged objective. Ions also will be there. Here is green is called charged objective, and this is called ions. The ionizer produces charged ions. The charged ions will be released, produces the charged ions. This is the charged objective. This is charged ion. Ions are attracted to charges of opposite charge polarity and combine. When the positive and negative combined here is definitely positive and negative will be attracted here is, and the positive repel and negative repel. After the attraction and the repulsion done, after some time it will become a neutralized. This is called air medium, where the static electricity is there, where the air moisture is more, definitely it will be ionized. Make it into the atmosphere neutral because of the releasing of the charged ions from the ionizer. Because of the ionizer releases positive charge in the atmosphere or in the charged objective, where the objective is charged. This is objective charged. The electricity is flowing through this. In this positive negative charge is there. The charged ions will be produced. Attraction and repulsion. Finally, it releases the surface is neutralized static charges. See, the surface here is this is neutral. The blue are called neutral. That means positive charge and negative charge in that particles are same. The ionizer is not there. There is a domination of the in electricity, domination of the electrons will be more, or the positive charge is more. The leakage will be happened from the electricity body or conduct electricity to because of the moisture in the atmosphere. To control this, we have to use the ionizers. Where the ionizer functions here, it releases the ionizer charged ions. It will mingle with the electrically charged body and all. It will act friends, enemies. Enemies means repel each other. Friends means attract each other. Finally, make them friendship in a electricity body, and finally in the surface of the charged body, the surface of the charged body becomes a neutral. See how it is. Surface is neutralized of static charges. Even though static charges leakage because of the humidifiers, because of the relative humidity is less in the atmosphere, though the electric charged body leaks the electricity, the ionizer will be helpful for taking, not having any risk to the equipment or to the employee